Well, okay, ran across this one over the weekend and was just like, wow, if this had been a conservative group, the news would be all over it, and these groups would be shut down on Berkeley's campus. But let's take a look at this. UC Berkeley hits back at claims law school groups promoted Jewish-free zones. The University of California, Berkeley Law School dean is defending the institution from accusations that various student groups were seeking to be Jewish-free zones. On Wednesday, UC Berkeley Law School alumnus and former Trump administration official Kenneth Marcus published an op-ed in the Jewish Journal that said 9 student groups at the law school had vowed to no longer invite and sponsor speakers who espoused Zionism or supported the nation of Israel. Marcus, who served as the Assistant Secretary for Civil Rights at the Department of Education, said the actions by the students' groups were frightening and unexpected, like a bang on the door in the night. The exclusion of the pro-Israel speakers drew alarm from Erwin Cherminsky, the dean of UC Berkeley Law School, who, according to Marcus, noted the policy would prohibit groups from inviting him and most of his Jewish students. Okay, no, right there, he's already admitting it. They're excluding them, which basically is a Jewish-free zone. These exclusions reflect the changing face of campus anti-Semitism, Marcus wrote. The highest profile incidents are no longer just about toxic speech, which poisons the campus environment. Now anti-Zionist groups target Jewish Americans directly. But after the op-ed was published, Cheminsky defended the law school, saying Marcus's op-ed paints a misleading picture of what happened at Berkeley Law. Now, what's he gonna say? Mr. Marcus points out and identifies that some student groups that adopted a statement drafted by law students for justice in Palestine, they're such a misguided, misinformed group right there. But anyways, no, they condemned Israel. But what he does not mention is that it's only a handful of student groups out of over 100 at Berkeley Law that did this. Think about this. It's only a handful. We should let it go because it's just a few. Sorry, the Nazi Party wasn't a majority. It was a few. And look at what they did. Cheminsky should know that better than that. He, Marcus, also does not mention that in a letter to the leaders of the student groups, I expressed exactly his message. So why is he defending this? These policies? No, why is he defending these groups? If he says he expressed the same message? No. Excluding speakers on the basis of their viewpoint is inconsistent with our commitment to free speech, and condemning the existence of Israel is a form of anti-Semitism. Excluding speakers on the basis of their viewpoint. I mean, how many times have they probably done Republican or conservative people? But anyways, Marcus, in response, said Cheminsky missed the point, and that excluding Zionists is not like excluding Republicans and environmentalists. It is not a viewpoint discrimination, he said. If a Democratic club amended their bylaws to prohibit Republican speakers from appearing before them, we could accept their right to do so. I kind of agree with that one. I mean, if a Democratic group didn't want a Republican speaker, I can understand that. No, just like a Republican group doesn't want a Democrat speaker. I mean, that is a viewpoint thing. When persons are excluded on the basis of their ethnic or ancestral identity, however, we must respond differently. This is kind of like a Democratic group not wanting, say, trying to think, just went blank with her name. Candace Owens, no, black woman who's considered conservative. No, not wanting her because of her race. Not because of her viewpoint, but because of her race. Marcus said he was pleased with the dean's letter, but would like to added that he would like to see Cheminsky take action. Yeah, I'm sorry, if it was a conservative group doing this, he would have taken action against those few groups. He wouldn't have said, no, it's only a handful of student groups out of 100. He wouldn't have said that. This is him bending over to the far left. But no, Marcus does say discrimination should have no place at the University of California or at any institution of higher learning. Those who care about free speech should protect it fiercely, but that does not mean invoking it where it does not apply. To do so cheapens the value of free speech, as well as providing intolerable barriers to equal opportunity. Those who want to talk about Israel should be free to do so, regardless of their perspective. They should not be silenced. They should not silence one side of the debate. And this is what the left does. They silence one side of the debate so that only one side can be heard. And that's exactly what this, where was it? The Justice of Palestine, that's what they want. They want to silence the pro-Israel group. Now, what do you think? No, is this even a... To me, it's not even a hit back because the dean is saying, yeah. The big problem is he's not doing enough. Now, these groups should face a penalty for what they're doing. It's really no different than if a conservative group said they didn't want any blacks. Holy cow! No, this would be all over. But the left is becoming more anti-Semitic. No, and it's growing, and it's time we take a look at it, and confront it. But we're told, oh, the left doesn't do this. Oh, here it is. It's growing. It's time to stand up and call it out. Grid 7 on YouTube. Come on over to Rumble, like, subscribe, get notified for new videos, and I'll see you next video.